Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to a report by the Canadian press, Canada has officially sent a letter to the United States and Mexico recommending the renewal of their trilateral trade pact, known as the Canada-US-Mexico Agreement, CUSMA. The letter, penned by Canada-US Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc, is a required step under the trade agreement's mandatory review process. Following the dispatch of the letter, Minister LeBlanc is scheduled to travel to Washington to meet with U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer. Although official negotiations between Ottawa and Washington have not yet commenced, the United States and Mexico have already initiated their own bilateral trade discussions. The upcoming talks face potential hurdles as U.S. President Donald Trump has previously criticized the trade agreement, describing it as irrelevant and suggesting it may have outlived its usefulness. Additionally, Greer has indicated openness to pursuing separate bilateral agreements instead of the trilateral format, though he noted that certain aspects of CUSMA continue to function very well. According to CTV News, Ontario Premier Doug Ford has issued a strong rebuke to U.S. President Donald Trump following the president's latest comments targeting Canada's sovereignty. The exchange was triggered by a Bloomberg article regarding Canada slipping into a technical recession, to which Trump responded on social media with the phrase 51 First Date. The post was subsequently reshared by the U.S. Ambassador to Canada, Pete Hoekstra. In response, Premier Ford posted on social media, asserting that Canada is not for sale and will never become the 54th state of the U.S. While Trump's 51st state rhetoric initially began as a joke in late 2024, it has since escalated into a serious talking point during the ongoing trade dispute, with Trump frequently calling the border an artificial line. Prime Minister Mark Carney acknowledged current weaknesses in the Canadian economy, but has refrained from publicly addressing Trump's latest remark, choosing instead to emphasize the strength of the bilateral relationship. Meanwhile, Premier Ford defended his province's economic performance, highlighting that Ontario significantly outpaced U.S. job creation in April when adjusted for inflation. According to City News Everywhere, Surrey Police Service, CEBS, Chief Norm Lipinski is on his way out of the top job. Sources indicate he must either resign or face being forced out this week, following a Surrey Police Board meeting on Monday. The development has caused significant frustration within the Surrey Police Union, which released an internal memo to its members. The union warned that the department is facing critical staffing shortages, officer burnout, and unmanageable workloads, none of which were created by Lipinski. The union suggested his removal is a politically motivated move by Surrey Mayor Brenda Locke, who has maintained a contentious relationship with the SPS and campaigned to keep the RCMP. City Councillor Linda Annis also criticized the move, accusing the mayor of treating the local police service like a political football. Lipinski, who brings over 4 decades of policing experience, was hired in November 2020 to lead the newly formed department during a highly unstable transition period. According to a report by Global News, New Brunswick's Auditor General Paul Martin has strongly criticized the provincially owned utility, NB Power, for taking shortcuts on a proposed 500-megawatt natural gas power plant. The Auditor General stated that the utility's undisciplined approach has significantly increased financial, regulatory, and governance risks for customers. Most notably, NB Power entered into a 25-year agreement with U.S. firm Pro Energy in July 2025 before obtaining required regulatory approval. Had the Energy and Utilities Board rejected the $2.8 billion Gaspé utility would have faced a potential penalty of $55.1 million in early construction costs. Furthermore, the audit revealed that NB Power selected dual-fuel combustion turbines without evaluating alternatives and assumed all ownership risks. including emissions-related costs. In response, NB Power CEO Lori Clark defended the decisions, explaining they were made under tight timelines to address projected winter power shortages. Although the regulator approved the plant last week, the project still requires environmental approval from the provincial government. According to Global News, an independent mediator has found retail giant Amazon responsible for the breakdown of first contract negotiations at its only unionized fulfillment center in British Columbia, located in Delta. Following the impasse, the mediator recommended that the dispute be resolved through binding mediation arbitration. The union representing the workers, Unifor, stated that the mediator's report to the BC Labor Relations Board highlighted Amazon's unreasonable behavior. Specifically, the company demanded that the union permanently waive its right to challenge performance quotas and speed standards while declaring it would never change its stance. Furthermore, Amazon withheld key wage proposals until April, despite requests to table them. Unifor's national president, Lana Payne, accused Amazon of blocking workers at every turn. An Amazon spokesperson maintained that first contract bargaining is complex, stating the company has acted in good faith. However, this follows a February ruling by the Provincial Labor Board, which found Amazon violated the labor code by excluding the unionized Delta employees from scheduled pay raises given to non-union facilities. The mediator has concluded that Amazon's actions directly caused the bargaining breakdown. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.